very quiet. Everybody's still asleep.
Wake up, Miss Shaguna. It's me, the early bird. Don't you need to get up? Don't you need to catch the worm? I'm ready to go get worms. Come on, Miss Shaguna, let's get up. Please, it's breakfast time. I need to catch a worm.
Hello, and heartily hey. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'm so glad that you've come over to play. It's going to be a chicken day.
Good morning. Can you tell us more about raising chickens?
Welcome to Cluckingham Palace, I'll say. The hens are here and they're ready to lay special eggs for you on Shaguna Mountain today. Hello, and heartily hey. Welcome to Cluckingham Palace today. The hens are here and they're happy to say today it's chicken day. Well, you've got me today. I'm cleaning out the chicken coop. We have to keep it clean for the girls. How is everyone today? I know my girls are happy to see you, and I know that some of you have had some questions about chickens, so I'm here to answer some of them. Let's start with this one. Julian asks, is it true that white eggs are bleached?
Is it true that white eggs are bleached?
Well, that's a very good question, Julian. And no, it is not true that white eggs are bleached. Eggs come in different colors depending on which chicken it comes from. And sometimes you can tell the color of an egg that the chicken is going to lay by the color of her ears. For example, I have some girls with red ears who lay brown eggs, and I have Sunny Side Up, and she's a white leghorn, and she has white ears, and she lays white eggs. And I also have Bluebell, who is an azure blue chicken, and when she's old enough, because she's just a little baby still, she is going to lay blue eggs. All by herself, with no help from Miss Shaguna at all. No paint, no dye, no color, no ink, no marker, nothing. Just all from Bluebell. So Julian, does that answer your question today? I hope so. Thanks for asking.
Chickens are amazing. But there's always something I wanted to know. How long do chickens live for?
Is there anything as pretty as a bowl full of colorful eggs? And it's not even Easter time. We have lovely blue eggs from Bluebell and white eggs from Sunny Side Up. Then the dark brown eggs at the bottom are from Ginger. And the light one here, right in the front with the white spots to lighter brown, but not as light as Buttercup's. That one's from Minerva. And there's little Buttercup egg right in between two of Bluebell's lovely eggs. And with the white and the blue and the different color browns and pinks, we have a lovely bowl of colorful eggs. So pretty on the counter and delicious in my tummy. Now you might be asking, are we really having green eggs and ham? No, no, no. Although the shell colors might be different, the egg color on the inside are always very similar. The yolks can range from a light yellow to a deep dark orange, and again, this may depend on the breed of chicken, but more than likely on its diet.
This is the story of the chicken on the cow farm. There was once a chicken that lived on a farm with a whole bunch of cows. She loved her cow friends. She liked to play with them, run with them, hang out with them. I think she even thought she was a cow, because every morning at the crack of dawn she would wake up and say, "Cock-a-doodle moo."
Hello! Yes, I do have a happy story about chickens. One time when I was getting my paper out on the lawn, it was just a little ways off the porch. I remember seeing out of the corner of my eye a few chickens, a brown one, a white one, and a spotted one. I thought, that's strange, there's not a farm nearby. But then I looked over and I saw that my neighbors were chasing after the chickens. Then they got them back and everything was fine. An eventful morning.
You are never going to believe what kind of pets my new neighbor has. Chickens! I went across the street to welcome him to the neighborhood, and he had chickens running around in his yards wearing tiny vests. I was like, what is this, some kind of fancy chicken party? Turns out that he adopted the chickens from a farm that also had rabbits, and then the chickens started to jump up in the air just like the rabbits do. So he outfitted them with tiny safety parachutes. You have got to meet these chickens.
Okay, I have got to tell you very quickly about the most beautiful chicken that I've ever met. I was at the Allen County Fair this weekend, and the prize-winning chicken for her category, her name was Hennifer, which is the most amazing name for a chicken I've ever heard of. But Hennifer, maybe she understood that she won because she was strutting around her little area with her puffed out chest and she was ruffling her plumage. It was a beautiful brown, and I got to hold her. She was so soft. I didn't realize that chickens were so soft, but she was very pleasant. She did not peck me. She was the most glorious chicken that I've ever seen. You know what? Maybe the fair's going on next weekend, so maybe we could go on Saturday and you can meet Hennifer for yourself. Let me know. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Once there were some chickens who lived with a hen. 13 in all, which makes a baker's dozen. Seeing all the other chickens having some fun, but when Cuddles came over, the rest of the chickens run. This made Cuddles sad, for he was by himself, but Mother Hen came over, leaving playing to the other 12. By comforting Cuddles, she showed that she was not alone. So he waddles on back with the rest of the flock. They welcome him with open wings instead of mock.
I had a great time meeting these little chickens at a petting zoo recently. They were super adorable. They came over and they were just like bark, 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 coming over and rubbing their little heads against me, wanting attention, stretching their little necks out and clucking with delight. And they were just super cute and super cuddly, and they just loved to snuggle, and they were super adorable little animals.
Good morning, Bluebell. Are you coming to join everyone for breakfast? Hello, love. Hi, Buttercup. It's breakfast time. But Bluebell wants to lay her egg. What is an old tire doing in a chicken coop? Well, that's a very good question. It's filled with sand and ashes and wonderful things for the chickens to have a dust bath in. A dust bath does several things. It helps clean them, it helps get rid of mites and bugs, and it makes them feel very good. A nice, cool, sandy dust bath on a hot day can cool a little chicken right down.
How big do chickens grow?
Who's your favorite granny? Who's your favorite aunt? Who will show you how, even if you think you can't? It's Miss Shaguna, Miss Shaguna, Miss Shaguna, she'll show you how. Miss Shaguna, Miss Shaguna, Miss Shaguna, she's here right now. Whee! Hello! Did you know that blueberries grow on bushes? We have several blueberry bushes here at Shaguna Farm. And this is how they start. They start out green and then turn blue. And then they turn a dark purple. And then we eat them up. Yum, yum, yum. Hello, hello, and hidely hey. I'm peeping out from behind the peaches today. Our little fuzzy balls of peaches are getting bigger every single day, and soon they're going to turn a bright peachy orange color, and they'll be juicy and delicious. Now, you might notice some little spots on the peaches, and that's because there are little insects that enjoy peaches just as much as I do. But that's okay. We just cut out those little brown spots because here on Shaguna Mountain, we don't use any chemicals or pesticides. We're all organic and pure. Can you see the grapes growing on the vines? In another few weeks, they'll all turn lovely red and purple, and they'll be ripened and ready to eat. Yum, yum, yum. Maybe I'll put them with the apples and the peaches and the pears and have a lovely fruit salad. What do you think?
Siesta time. We grow lots and lots of fun things here on Shaguna Mountain. And some of the things we grow aren't even for food. No. Here is a vine. Now this vine looks like it could be a pumpkin vine or a squash vine or any kind of gourd. And indeed it is a gourd. And do you know what this is? This is a loofah plant. And when it gets bigger, we're going to take it off
Then peel the skin and let it dry. And we're going to have a loofah sponge for your skin. Won't that be fun? And now I know a lot of you people out there thought loofah sponges came from the sea. Sea sponges do indeed come from the sea, but a loofah sponge is a gourd, and it grows on a vine, trying to climb up my stairs. No, my chairs. That rhymes with stairs. And here it goes, spreading out with lots of teeny tiny little loofah babies. Aren't we going to have a lot of lovely baths this winter with our beautiful homegrown loofah sponges? There once was a woman who lived in a shoe with so many tomatoes she didn't know what to do. This is just one little pot of tomatoes growing here on Shaguna Mountain. We have a field of them down at the farm, though. This is just the kitchen garden, and soon these lovely heritage tomatoes will get yellow, red, and dark purple.
I remember when I was a little kid and my parents took me to a farm for the first time. I was really excited to see all the different farm animals, but I was especially excited to see the chickens. They're my favorite animal. They're so cute and they're so tiny and I love them. My favorite part of that trip is getting a little bit of seed, bending down, and feeding the chickens. I mean, they ate right out of my hand. It was the most adorable thing that has ever happened to me. I will always cherish that memory.
Once upon a time, there was a chicken whose best friend was a phoenix. He thought that her flames were so beautiful, and he wanted to be just like her. One morning, the chicken finally asked the phoenix, "How can I have flames just like you?" "Follow me," said the phoenix, and they went to the rooftop. As they watched the sun rise, the light shone on the chicken. "Look," said the phoenix, "you have your own flames." The chicken was at awe at how golden his feathers looked, and so every day, the two best friends would announce the rising sun to the village.
Ooh, alright. So get this. I was walking through the woods one day, and then BAM! I saw him. Who did I see, you may ask? Why, the chicken, of course! Oh, but he's no ordinary chicken. Wait for it. Drum roll, please. He is the Dino Chicken. Oh, yes! A T-Rex chicken. Oh, some say he's all scary and mean, but he's actually a really nice guy when you get to meet him. Man, I couldn't help but stare in awe as he clocked on by.
A chicken lived with his chicken friends in the chicken barn on the chicken farm. One day, he and his chicken friends snuck out of the chicken barn on the chicken farm. They clucked and they flocked as they danced in the town and enjoyed the day, just chicking around. It started to get dark, so they clucked, balked, and squawked back home to the chicken barn on the chicken farm.
My uncle loved chickens. Every year in the spring, he would go to the farm supply store and pick out a chick to raise, and then once it was grown up, he would give it to the local farm. Well, one year on Easter, I got to go with him. I was in my finest dress, and when we picked up the chick, it pooped all over me. Even though it was messy, it was still my favorite memory of my uncle.
Quite a funny story from when we were going to buy the farm. And the farmer was showing us around the land and the barns and everything else, the outhouses. And we could just hear this constant little tweeting noise. And I saw it. It was a tiny little chick and it was following us wherever we went. And the farmer said that This was called imprinting, where the bird will think that you're its mum, so it will naturally just follow you. So my daughter, she was ecstatic, thinking that she had a little feathered sibling that she could play with on the farm. Anyway, it was the cutest little thing, and we decided to call it Dorothy.
Spinning town, don't get dizzy, don't fall down. When you're here in Dizzy Town, spinning all around. Well, hello, Duchess. How are you today? It seems that Duchess has left us a little present. It looks like all the girls did their jobs well today. We have 6 chickens, so we should have 6 eggs, because my girls lay an egg almost every day. Let's see who's laid an egg today. Oh, well, this nice white one here is from Sunny. Sunny is a leghorn. She is a white chicken. She has white ears and she lays white eggs. She has a great big red comb though. And now I'm going to put it in my lovely apron. That's my egg apron. I call it an apron. Who else do we... Oh, well. And we know who made this one, don't we? This one is from our good friend Little Bluebell. She makes teeny tiny little blue eggs. She is called a blue azure chicken. And if you look closely at her ears, they are white with a little bit of a blue tinge. Hint, 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 the color of her eggs. Let's put it next here. So, okay. Oh, and this little pink one is from Buttercup. Buttercup? Is that you? No, that's Bluebell making all that noise. Buttercup is a little black and white speckled girl, and her little feathers almost look like daisy petals. And she makes these lovely little pink eggs, and she is called a Wyandotte. Yes, she's a Wyandotte. Well, this one here, I know this one, and she even has a little feather on it to tell me. This one is from Minerva. Now, Minerva is a Plymouth barred rock, and she is a very good girl. She leaves me lots of eggs. Oh, 2 to go, and I'll bet that's Ginger and Duchess. And I can tell Ginger's eggs because hers are always the darkest brown. She's lovely. She's a red sex-link chicken, and she's a wonderful girl. And last but not least is our old girl, Duchess. She was number 1 chicken, and here she is. And we love Duchess, and she is a Sussex hen. So you see, we have 6 different chicken breeds and 6 different color and size eggs.
Hi, I want to own my first pet chicken. What supplies do I need?
Hello, and I'm here with my good friend Minerva, and we're standing in front of the big window on the back of Cluckingham Palace because I want to talk to you about ventilation. Here, Millie, go on. Oh, she's such a good girl. Ventilation is very important. We have a window back here, we have 2 windows in the front, and we have a door, so we can get across lost ventilation. If we don't get ventilation, then we can get moisture and odor and mold and mildew, and it wouldn't be very nice because, as I said before, chickens, like people, need a clean environment to live in.
My question is, how do you pick up a chicken?
Well, William, that's a very good question. So today, I'm going to show you how to pick up a chicken. And I'm going to show you with my good friend Minerva. She's having a little snack with sunny side up. The first thing that we must remember is not to startle the chicken. You don't like it when somebody rushes up behind you and goes, "Rah!" No, we don't like that at all. So neither would Minerva. So we must go up to her slowly and quietly. And I like to talk softly to her so that she knows she won't be hurt by me. Sometimes she doesn't know she's supposed to be here on camera with Miss Shaguna, and Minerva will just walk up. But that's okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, Minerva. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? I'm coming over here. Well, what you didn't get to see as Minerva ran around the house is that I reached down very gently and picked her up gently but firmly by her belly, tucking her wings underneath so that she doesn't flap and fly away. Now, Minerva is a very nice little chicken, isn't she? She is what you call a Plymouth Barred Rock, and that is one of the many, many, many breeds of chickens. So let's see if Minerva will let me show you again in front of you, this time, how to pick her up. Minerva, I'm going to put you down, dear. Good girl. And she's gone out of camera again. So, but here's Duchess. Hello, Duchess. Can you come here, darling? And here comes Minerva. Oh, there she goes. She says, I want to be on camera. So we're going to very gently but firmly pick her up while tucking in her feathers underneath her. That makes her feel secure and safe, but not too hard. Never squeeze her chest too hard because they breathe by expanding their chests. So we wouldn't want her to suffocate, would we? You're such a good girl, aren't you, Minerva? Yes, you are. Well, thank you, dear. Oh, and she's off. And she's off. And she says, I've had enough of this for today. But thank you very much for learning how to pick up a chicken with Miss Shaguna and Minerva. Oh me, oh my. What's that I see? What's growing under the loofah tree? Now, actually, I know this is not a tree. It's more of a vine. And it's growing all over my chairs. And would you look at what's underneath there? Oh my goodness! 2 big, giant loofah gourds. They just need to get a little bit bigger, and then we can harvest them and dry them and have lovely scrubby loofahs for our bath.
was an old lady. She lived in a shoe. She had so many tomatoes, she didn't know what to do. That's a bootful. Yummy, yum tomatoes, almost ripened through. Do you remember before when I showed you the tomato plants? Well, look at this. We have some wonderful, ripe and beautifully colored tomatoes. And look, do you see? Different colored tomatoes. I've got dark red with stripes. I've got a bit of an orange. I've got this one here that's tomato red. And oh my goodness me, yellow. Did you know tomatoes came in yellow? And they're yummy, yummy, yummy in my salad. No matter what the color, they all start out green, just like this one. This is an unripe tomato. Some people fry them. I don't. I prefer them ripe. So what did we learn? We learned that just like eggs, different breeds of chickens make different color eggs. Well, different breeds of tomatoes make different colored tomatoes. Isn't that interesting? I think so too. And I certainly look forward to eating it in my salad. It's time to spin, it's time to spin. I don't care what mood you're in. On your face you'll have a grin when you start to spin. Doesn't that feel better? Well, we have another question today. This question is from Ryan.
Are chickens vegetarians?
Well, Ryan, that's a very good question. And the answer is no. Chickens are not vegetarians. Chickens are what we call omnivores. Much like people, chickens will eat almost anything. Now, that being said, Duchess is not such a fan of cabbage, but the other ones like it quite a bit. Duchess is not a fan of strawberries, but the others absolutely love them. Now, Duchess, and I know I keep talking about Duchess, but Duchess loves blueberries, not so much strawberries. So like people, although they are omnivores and will eat almost anything from any food group, they can be particular, just like you and me. Hello, hello, and hidely hey. I'm standing here at the peach tree today. Do you see little peaches growing on their way? Soon to go in my tummy, yay! This is how a little peach grows. He starts out tiny, green, and fuzzy. And then when he gets bigger, he will turn peach-colored. Then we can eat them. Do you like peaches? I do too. We have time for one more question today. Johnny Lee asks, I heard that chickens evolved from dinosaurs. Is it the truth?
I've heard chickens evolved from dinosaurs. Is this true?
Well, Johnny Lee, that is a very good question. And yes, chickens did evolve from dinosaurs. Scientists compared some proteins that came from the Tyrannosaurus Rex's bone, and he compared it with the chicken bone. And they have certain chemical compounds that are the same,
which suggest that chickens indeed evolved from dinosaurs. So tomorrow morning, when you're eating your eggy-weggy breakfast, just remember, it could be a dinosaur egg.
Look at all the chamomile flowers that we've picked from the plant. And over here, you can see that we've been drying the flowers up. And when they're all dried up, we put them in a jar. And then we can put them in the tea ball and put the tea ball in the teapot. And when the kettle comes to a boil, we'll pour boiling water into the teapot over the tea ball, which is full of chamomile flowers. And in 5 to 7 minutes, we'll have a lovely pot of chamomile flower tea. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Oh me, oh my, and hidely hi. And now it's time to say goodbye. I hope you'll come another day to laugh and learn and play. Well, we've had a lovely time having you here on Shaguna Mountain. The girls have enjoyed showing you around Cluckingham Palace. And it looks like Acorn's finished his tea and he's going after my chocolate cake. So it's time for me to say ta-ra, ta-ra. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Have a Shaguna day. Hello, hello, and hidely hi. Now it's time to say goodbye, but we'll see each other another day so we can laugh and sing and play. Hello, hello, and hidely hi. And now it's time to say goodbye, but we'll see each other another day to learn and sing and play. And just before we go, here's my friend Acorn, and he's just stopped by to say hello and thank you for joining us today. We were very happy to have you learn about Miss Shaguna's chickens today. What's that, Acorn? Well, yes, I do think they'd like to come back to Shaguna Mountain. Would you? That would be very nice. I hope to see you again. And once again from Shaguna Mountain, we're wishing you a beautiful day. Bye-bye.